In an age of titans, where only absolute power defined life.
A ruthless tyrant ruled the land. But beneath the ancient rivers, another tyrant waited.
A predator from the deep, a challenger to all thrones.
Two worlds, two tyrants. A collision was inevitable.
Where the daylight breaks, a faithless grace, the jungle.
On the sun-baked plains and through dense forests, its dominion was absolute. A true king of the land, ruling through sheer force and terror.
Every rustle, every scent, a potential challenge or a new meal. Their peaceful existence, a fragile illusion in this brutal world.
And when the Land King hunts, gear follows.
Chaos erupts as nature's most efficient predator asserts its dominance. A swift, brutal end, reaffirming its place at the apex. The king has feasted. For now, peace reigns on land. But a different power flowed through the veins of this world, deep and silent. Beneath the tranquil surface, another ruler held sway. The master of the waters, a phantom hunter of the currents. Its sight piercing through the shadows, its hunger ever present. Even smaller predators knew to yield to its power. For the herbivores, the river offered life, but also a hidden death. Patient, cunning, it waited for the perfect moment. Beneath the surface, terror takes form. A swift, silent ambush, snatching life from the very source. The river claims its due, solidifying the aquatic tyrant's reign.
The waters once again hold their secrets, for now.
For eons, these titans carved their domains, rarely crossing paths. Their worlds were distinct, separated by ancient instincts and primal boundaries.
But nature's delicate balance is always shifting.
A change in the air, a disruption on the horizon. The river, too, felt the subtle shift, a tremor in its ancient heart.
A new presence, an unfamiliar challenge. Two paths, once separate, now undeniably intertwined. The king of the land, asserting its dominance with every stride.
The master of the waters, a shadow in the current.
A fragile ecosystem thrown into disarray by unseen forces. The Land King, driven by hunger, pushing its prey towards unknown dangers. And the Water King, patient,
waiting for its opportunity. Trapped between two worlds, the prey faced an impossible choice. The Land King had driven them into the jaws of another. But it was not alone in its hunger. An unexpected rival, a challenge to its reign.
The Water King, meeting its equal.
The stage is set. Two titans, one territory. A roar of defiance, claiming what is its. A counter-challenge, claiming mastery over the waters.
Two kings, one crown. The ancient rivalry begins. The stage is set for a battle that will echo through the ages. The calm, the ancient dance of dominance begins.
With a roar that shook the very earth, the Land King unleashed its fury.
The Water King met the challenge, its aquatic power now unleashed. The Land King's bite, a weapon of crushing might. But the Water King's claws, equally devastating, found their mark. The battle raged, blurring the lines between their domains.
Away from its dry kingdom, the Land King's power waned.
The Water King saw its chance, exploiting its rival's weakness.
A struggle for survival as the river threatened to engulf its foe.
Every inch gained, every step lost, a fight for life itself.
The Water King's strategy proved devastating, pulling the Land King into its domain.
But the King of the Land was not easily vanquished, even in its enemy's element.
A desperate counterattack, targeting its rival's weakness.
Even a titan could bleed, a wound to its pride and power.
The tables turned as pain fueled fury.
Back on solid ground, the Land King regained its terrifying strength. But the Water King pressed its advantage, pushing its rival from its refuge.
A snap of jaws, a desperate defense.
Their immense power reshaping the very landscape around them.
The Land King's tail, a colossal club, narrowly missing its target.
The Water King's claws, a blur of deadly precision, finding new wounds.
Injured, but unbound. The king would not yield its throne.
The battle had taken its toll on both sides, but neither would retreat. A moment of cunning, assessing the enemy's weaknesses. The Land King, seeking a decisive blow, found a new path. A near miss, fueling the Land King's rage.
the jungle itself bore witness to their devastating might.
But the Water King stood firm, unyielding in its defiance. The climax of the battle, a symphony of destruction and primal will.
A critical blow, delivered with devastating precision.
The Water King staggered, pushed back into its own element, but now vulnerable.
The Land King, sensing victory, roared its dominance over the wounded foe.
But cunning remained, even in defeat, a strategy forming beneath the surface. Frustration turned to wariness as the Land King lost sight of its foe. The waters, once a sanctuary, now concealed a lurking terror.
A sudden tremor, a primal warning.
Beneath the surface, the hunter became the hunted.
With explosive force, the Water King struck back, pulling its rival into its true domain.
The tables turned, the Land King now at the mercy of the water's depths.
Relentless, the Water King tightened its hold. The Land King fought back, but its power was diminished in the water's grasp. A desperate struggle, a final surge of strength. Even a titan tires, but its resolve remained unbroken. A powerful counterstrike, a moment of respite.
The Water King roared in pain, its hold weakening.
Land King seized its chance, fighting its way back to its domain. Wounded but unbroken, the Land King had escaped the river's deadly embrace.
The battle raged, a fury of teeth and claw. Yet only the harsh truth of the primordial world, a fragile balance perpetually reset.